This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Okay, so
everybody.
thought we'd run off and join the circus, but they wouldn't take us. They wouldn't take us anymore, Natalie.
We caught up with Merrick Ashton of, that Ashton Brothers Circus. That's a famous circus name, and he's doing a show called Lasso here in Perth.
Oh, he's a good fella for sure. Shaun Burgoyne kicked us off, Australian football royalty. It was actually good value.
I loved it.
That's
And we find
actually
out
good value,
We
like
find
it
out
wouldn't
the
have been.
first job or business that he did after football, and it's super interesting.
We had another footballer, a guy called Andy Brayshaw. Heard of him?
Yeah, absolutely. He's taught Min Woo Lee how to play golf, he tells us.
Exactly. That was unexpected, wasn't it?
If you would like to hire a luxury boat, give me a call. My number's out there somewhere because that's what people are doing at the moment.
And remember the star of Looking for Alibrandi, Pia Miranda? She also won Australian Survivor. Remember that? She joined us with an up-and-comer called Aydan Calafiore, who are in a stand series.
And Book of Love today, you're going to hear some
treat.
beautiful performances of Ross, who you can hear during the day, but also Perth's legendary Rick Arden as well.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun. 937.
It's 6:04, Nathan Nat and Shaun, and yes, he's back, everybody, recovered from his sudden birthday illness.
I don't know. Sometimes you have one beer and it's poisonous, and you go, no, I've got to push through because it's beer, right?
What a hero.
And it's good for you. So then you have to have another one.
Firstly, happy birthday, Pia.
Thank you.
Day
The
before.
Sorry.
Sunday,
You-
yeah.
You were in bed sick yesterday.
I only want one present for my birthday.
No, you're not
and
getting
that's
that.
my headphones back from
Oh, I
you.
was going to say. I'm glad Phones is on the edge of that. We were talking yesterday after
Are you
the
going to
show.
give them back?
No, you're not
or?
going to give them back.
After the show,
Yes.
we were talking about how our sports guy,
Yeah.
in the last 12 months, has been here for one major sporting event.
Keeps missing all the big stuff. So you missed the Olympics because you were sick for, not all of the Olympics, but about 5 days of the Olympics.
Oh,
You were off
yes.
sick.
Okay.
And you missed the
was I?
AFL Grand Final.
build up to the AFL Grand Final because
yes,
you
mate.
had some long service leave.
Yep.
And then yesterday you missed the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And then there's some other things as well.
There's
Yeah,
a reason. There's a reason. I know that I can trust Nathan to take the reins in these circumstances and just give it a bit of a, chuck a left when you need to go right, perhaps.
So say since COVID, right, there's been, like, you and Nat have been away for some of the sporting events. I've been at all of them. Me.
You're the go-to guy.
What am I? Me?
You're the go-to guy.
This guy that chucks some shit in there.
You can talk about what they're wearing,
if they're wearing hoop
what
earrings.
celebrities are there.
Asking questions about how the game's played.
100%, see? Completely different.
Oh, anyway. So I'll be doing sports from now on,
Yeah.
and Shaun is covering Star Trek a little bit later on the show.
Okay. Be ring and rove.
We've got heaps of guests on today, actually. We're
Yeah,
gonna
what's
talk-
happening?
Well, we're going to catch up with Shaun Burgoyne. Shaun McManus.
Are we really?
Some Shaun on Shaun action,
There
if
we
you
go.
don't mind.
Shaun Burgoyne, what champion?
Merrick Ashton from Lasso is going to be joining us. Bit of circus action.
We went looking for Ali Brandy and we found her. Pia Miranda is going to be joining us at the end of the show with her co-star from the original Stan series, Invisible Boy.
Which is based on a Geraldton
yes.
author's books, actually. And Andy Brayshaw's going to
And
join
Andy
us.
Brayshaw too. Fantastic, we're busy.
Look at that. All right,
Birthday
let's
present,
crank into
Shaun.
it.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
Just softly, though, because Shaun's still recovering.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Shaun,
Yo.
did you hear her sing?
Yes, I have. I've seen it before.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
shown everyone.
If people missed it yesterday, we're doing the Songbook of Love a little bit later on today. But, T jumped in there. And what we're doing is we're basically having a love song, the music of a love song, all right? So that's what we listen to in our headphones, but we're reading out the text of something else. So this is you doing, what is it again? Your song?
Oh, my
The one
song.
from yesterday.
Oh, Hero.
And two, reading an oven.
Oh, an oven manual or something?
Microwave manual.
This is T. This is beautiful.
Oh, God.
To reduce the risk of a fire,
It's haunting.
electric shock,
Shall we put it up
injury
against Shaun?
to person,
Have you heard mine?
Oh, my mind's
sure.
all
Heard it yesterday.
Never guessed it.
to
John Legend's in.
excessive
I didn't guess it either.
We're missing the beauty.
microwave oven.
It's
I really added some
Energy when using your appliance.
You need to sing the national anthem down at some sporting thing here.
Well, you're better than the guy that I saw at the Super Bowl yesterday. I know he had the New Orleans
Now-
thing going on, but I thought he was average.
Now let's see if Shaun will ever get asked to sing at the Super Bowl.
For the
8 years he worked for Goldman. At first he was
This is
one
All
of
of
12
Me by John Legend, by the way.
Believe it or not.
As the years dragged on, the company grew,
John Legend
and
plays this and
he
didn't
was
get it.
promoted. By 1940, he had mastered the business and was running the entire empire. Yeah, brokering the deals.
That was a random
Oh, here we go. That's the only bit.
Yeah,
That's the only recognisable
Even
bit.
that's a reach.
We're going to be playing the Songbook of Love after 8 o'clock. More performances of varying qualities coming
thank
your
you.
way.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Songbook of Love returning after 8 o'clock with a mixed bag of performances.
Yeah. Where was mine on the mixed
No,
bag
Sean,
part?
well,
Good part.
we
You know-
realised, Sean, that
You know where
yours
it was.
can only appear once.
Oh, good.
If at all, because it took a while for
took a
people to
while.
guess All of Me by John Legend. We'll play a little bit of it here again at Sam.
I don't think they did guess it, did they?
No, they didn't. And we were like literally yelling out, "This person's at a piano."
Nat did the right thing by outsourcing.
Everyone, this is All of Me.
At first he was one of 12 employees, but as the years dragged on, the company
To be fair, it
grew,
sounded like this to me as well.
I know, but I can hear what you're trying to do, but your voice isn't going.
Where's
what?
yours?
At least you're self-aware.
I don't know. Which one? What did I do yesterday? Wait there, let me have a look. Let me pull up the Songbook of Love. Maybe we can do my. Let's do Thinking Out Loud. Thinking Out Loud. Let's do that.
I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want.
We had to give a lot of clues for this
If
too.
you are looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills I have acquired.
Sounds like
That's actually good. I enjoyed that.
Up for grabs for that. $1,000 to spend a crown just in time for Valentine's.
And also,
Hey.
your ears as well. We're discovering talent left, right,
yes,
and centre.
aren't we just?
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Something's been happening over the last few days that's confusing, and I want to know what the basis of.
You're getting a little bit of a tingle, are you, downstairs?
It's called puberty. I googled it.
It's amazing.
Apparently,
About time.
hair is going to grow up places that you don't even know hair should grow.
Give us a look.
Sean.
I'll make a distinction for you.
No, so I was just doing stuff in my house on Sunday, and then I was waiting for the Amazon delivery, by the way, which still hasn't arrived.
don't put him off.
I didn't hear. I thought four
Nathan,
Amazon
we can't
people.
go through it again.
No,
You're
just not.
distracting yourself.
Yeah, I fought four Amazon people, and I did the whole.
Hey, you got to be careful. Those people from the jungle, they're pretty tricky.
that's true.
You're right. So, so these random numbers would call because sometimes when a delivery driver is attempting to deliver, and they say that they can't get to your building, which is bullcrap, they will an automated call will call, and then you have to answer it right there and then. And then if you don't, they're already down the road anyway.
Yeah.
If they have rocked up at all. So I've been answering this call. So the first call I answer, I thought it was Amazon delivery, and it was this young bloke asking to charter a luxury boat from me, and I went, oh, and he was like just launched into the conversation, and I said, oh no, mate, sorry, you've got the wrong number. I said, I don't charter boats, and he goes, oh, okay, no worries, and hung up. That was the last I thought of it. Probably 3-4 minutes later on, the phone rang again. It was an older woman, and she was asking if she could charter a luxury boat. And I said, no, and I started laughing. I said, no, I said, sorry, this is the second phone call. I just got one 5 minutes ago. And she goes, did you? I said, do you know that guy? And she goes, no. And I says, well, I've just got a phone call about a luxury boat. I said, I'm in Perth. I don't know where you are.
Yeah,
but
do
I'm
you
in
know where
Perth.
they were?
Did the guy say, what about a tug?
Well, I offer those. Sean,
Do you have afterpay?
Sean loves it. So anyway, so that happened. So that was it for Sunday, and I didn't think too much of it, right? So then Monday comes, and I get 3 more phone calls, all asking for luxury boats. One of them, the last 2 phone calls I was sort of on because the last 2 happened succinctly as well.
Yeah.
So I was out there talking to one of my neighbours. So I was sort of like just answered it quickly and hung up because I thought it was the Amazon delivery again because it still hasn't been delivered. Yeah. So what's happened? Do you think that somebody So if someone calls today, I'm going to investigate.
No, I
First of
think
all,
what's
you should
happened...
on-sell it. Go, yeah, absolutely. Then you
I'm
can
going to look up
subcontract
some luxury
then you
boats.
hire the boat
Nathan,
and you
the
get a
obvious
shop of it.
explanation is that you have an internet shopping problem. You have probably bought
bought a
a luxury
luxury
boat.
boat
It's the most obvious explanation
Well, I
to what's
wouldn't know
going
it
on
if
here.
it's from Amazon because they don't deliver.
Check your cart.
You
free boats.
Your orders and check my tracking.
Finally, Shaun, we've got a friend with a boat.
come on.
So I think that obviously what must have gone on, if I get more calls today, because it's just for the last 2 days, 5
It's just
calls.
the wrong numbers been attributed to an ad somewhere,
yes,
probably.
Yeah, so I wonder if this is the case.
Maybe ask some more probing questions like, what's the business name?
Oh, no, I'll do that for
purportedly.
sure. But I was distracted. But so
Yeah.
basically, I would just wonder if I hope he doesn't have like a big marketing campaign. That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I hope it's a little
It
classified
could
in the
have been.
paper. I don't want it to be billboards. Because billboards, that's my number from now on.
Nobody-
It would have been a great
no,
stitch-up if we
people
had
go to the
done it.
internet to look things up, so it sounds like they put your wrong number on a
Oh
website.
God! So it's online.
Yeah.
I know one of my mates, Spewy, when he was playing for the Western Bulldogs back in the day, and he was working a job too. I'm not sure where he was at the time, but there was a big concert in town in Melbourne. I forget who it was, but some of the boys from the footy club, they put in it because you used to put ads in the paper selling
Yes.
tickets to One Direction or whatever the case, and they just put his number in there. And the first few phone calls was, I don't know what you're talking about.
So they
but
just did it as a hilarious prank.
Yeah.
So he was
So that would have been
inundated.
good if me and Nat had have come up with that.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Well, luxury boat.
Nat was
Because he
saying-
hates the water and
Nat
he
was
hates the
saying-
beach.
Nat was saying it still might be a prank. And you're right, because I'm not getting any information. It could be I don't know what the long prank is, but
My phone number, when I lived in South Fremantle, my phone number was very close, apparently, to a fancy dress place. And, this is like, you used to have an answering machine. I'd get home and it'd be like the little things blinking, and I'd play the thing, and it's like some guy going, I'm just inquiring about fancy dress hire. And I'm like,
do you have a Doctor Who in a size large for a man?
After a while, do you just see what you can piece together?
No,
and
I
sell
just
it?
ignored it. And I'm like, I'm sorry if they've never... They're angry at this business for never calling them back, but come on.
I would have been fine with the fancy dress phone
Yes.
calls.
Oh,
because
you
I've
would
got
have
a
been. You could
giant
accommodate
fancy
that.
dress box.
You would have.
Look, we want to know if your phone number has been mistaken for, a business or something like that, where repeatedly you're getting the wrong number. What is happening?
I'm concerned. Did it ever stop?
Yeah.
Or is this you got to change the number, or else I just ring the business and say I'll take bookings, obviously
Yeah,
now.
take
so
it, mate.
I'll get
Take
what
But Nathan, if you
80,000 a
ring
year.
the business, that's
My number.
Your number.
So I'm stuck. Let's go to Caitlin in Hammond Park. Hi, Caitlin.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Great, Caitlin.
Okay, well, I'd love to give you a call sometime. What's happened with you?
So, back in the day when landlines were still a thing,
Yes.
Yeah.
my folks' number was very close to that of Furniture Spot. I don't know if you remember it.
Yes.
Yeah, so we would get repeated phone calls. I'm talking every day. And in the end, I said to Mum and Dad, I'm just going to start charging. Like, I'm just going to say, yeah, we're working out of our home warehouse today. Swing by.
Yeah.
Pick up a tall boy. No worries.
Pick up a
'Cause
tall
I got
boy.
because I got so sick of it. It was every day.
Well, then you need to go out and just find a tall boy
Yeah.
and then on-sell it. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
you really have to lean into it. You had to go to your local furniture
Yes.
spot and then actually have a look at their products and make sure you got some of the names and stuff and get involved.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to sell our stuff.
Oh, boy, you come home and none of your stuff.
Make some money.
Tell them about that podcast.
Okay, so somebody on a podcast that I was listening to was talking about this exact thing the other day, and the girl was saying that the local medical centre accidentally published their number as part of their website, and so they were getting all these calls saying, "Oh, I'd like to book in with Dr. Such and Such at 9:30 or whatever," and they're like, "No, you've got the wrong number." So their dad went down to the medical centre to tell them to explain to them what had happened, and they just brushed him off and went, "Oh, it's not our problem, mate." And so he then, every time somebody called and said, "Can I make an appointment with Dr. Jones at at 4:30?" he said, "Okay." And within days, the medical centre had corrected it because, of course, all these people are turning up with appointments that they didn't know about it, but they were adamant they had an appointment.
That's a great idea. So
Yes,
I'm going to learn the name of a boat,
Yeah.
a luxury boat, and I'm going to say to them, whatever the boat they want, I'll go, "No, actually, I've got this boat for hire for free because you're our 100th caller," and then give them a special and go, and then I'm going to find out the marina and send them all down at the same time.
That's a great idea.
This is great,
Yeah.
Nat.
Yeah.
Thank you for
We're
that
onto
podcast
it.
idea. Let's
Thanks,
go to
Caitlin.
Jess in Kingsley. Hey, Jess.
Hello, how you going?
Hey, Jess.
Yes, okay, what happened?
So it was a friend of mine. We used to live in Sydney and we were poor students. And somehow there was a mix-up and two people had the exact same phone number, but one of them was my friend and the other one was a drug dealer.
How is that possible that two people could have the same phone number?
It was we have no idea,
How
but there was
amazing.
no way to fix it, and so there was like a crossover. So some people could call. If you called, like my number would always call my friend, but other friends of ours would always call the drug dealer.
Yeah.
And so obviously other people were doing the same thing, and so he would just constantly get text messages in code.
Oh no!
Asking for,
Wow.
obviously drugs, and yeah, he just didn't really know what
I'm sorry.
to do.
This is so funny. Someone rings him and goes, "Excuse me, I'd love to get some Molly," and then you go, "Molly, are you there? You got no Molly?"
Mary Jane. Good on you, Jess. Thank you. Shari's in Dayton. Hello.
Hey, Shari.
Hey, Shari.
Shari, what happened?
Hi. Don't think mine will beat the drug dealer one. That's a bit full on.
Oh, sweetheart, we can't let the drug dealers win. It's a war on drugs.
Back in the family home, back when there was landlines, we used to get calls for the Belmont Cinema, the Belmont Reading Cinema, all the time.
Yes.
So people would be calling, asking for movie times, asking to book tickets constantly. So yeah, we.
How close was your phone number? Was it just one number out or something? What was the problem?
Yeah, one digit.
Oh.
Only one digit.
Are there any seats left for Romeo and Juliet in gold class?
Did you master the time slots for all the movies that were on just to
I
make?
think I should have just printed off the.
Just read about to them. That'd be so helpful.
Unofficial information centre for Reading Cinemas.
Yeah, after a while you feel obliged. That's why I feel like I'm going to be pressured to actually start like helping these people out.
Oh, aye, Captain.
Well, because if you're hiring a luxury boat, you're doing it rough in life.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, how many people are all doing luxury boats? Like 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Mate, go
But
down
like
to
go
down to Fremantle Harbour, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, functions and things like that.
Luxury?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, well, you don't want it.
Shaun,
You don't want a dodgy one.
Let's get a couple of luxury boats.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Lasso's been the talk of the town. It's on now until Sunday. This Sunday finishes up. It's been a long season, actually. Tickets from fringeworld.com.au, but one of the stars, Merrick Ashton, joins us.
Merrick, how are you?
Merrick Ashton.
So good. Thank you so much for having me.
Ashton. Merrick.
When you run with a last name like that, that's all that you're straight into.
You're
right.
circus
Circus
royalty.
boat.
No, we've got a bit of an issue with you.
what have I done now?
The last time we saw you was what? How old were you? Physically, what were you?
Okay, well, I think about 7 or 8 years ago we did something.
No.
for
No, it was way
and
more
then
than that.
Prior to that, I reckon I was 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
So this little asshole
It's twice the size of all of us now.
get us in there, and they go, "Would you like to? We'd love you to perform at the
Be a
circus."
part of the circus.
We went, "No worries."
Yeah.
And then Natalie got to.
Train the ponies. They're
that's Natalie
very
down the front.
dangerous, those ponies, though, aren't they?
Natalie down the
yes,
front with
definitely.
basically a ribbon and a stick. Going,
Yeah.
like little horses, like.
And one of them wouldn't do it either.
And then they
Suddenly decided not to obey
I was like,
me.
"Oh, great, training ponies." Like, what am I going to do? I'm gonna hold a
that's
chicken
gonna be
or
good.
something like that. No, Nathan, you're going on the Wheel of Death. The Wheel of Death. Tell them what the Wheel of Death is.
Well, the Wheel of Death is actually the most dangerous act in circus, I would say, because it's very easy to have an accident on there. However, I think Nathan did an amazing job, so well done.
So it's like it rotates. So like it's got a weight on one end, and then there's like a scaffolding poling sort of thing, and then there's a big cage on the other end, a circular cage which is open, and then you have to either stand on top of it and walk, and then make sure that you don't fall off the edge as it spins around, or you have to hold on for dear life using muscles in your arm, which you knew I didn't have, and hold on and then go upside down, Shaun. And like, I can't do a handstand for that long. Anyway, so I was probably the person that came closest to dying in the Wheel of Death, in your opinion, yes?
Well, the horses were pretty dangerous.
Oh, thank you.
And also, sorry, the Wheel of Death as well, that someone had a machine gun that was shooting at
the
me
Wheel
too.
of Death wasn't going to kick you in the head when you least expected
exactly.
it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall down 4 stories.
Did you sign a waiver, by the way, when you turned up?
Mate,
There was no paperwork.
Mate, that clown came up with a suitcase. I'm like, hey, let's get your bit of
Squirted
in
you in
order.
the eye
I said,
with
I don't know if
with
this
a fake
contract's
flower.
I'm going to hold up in court, mate.
So, Merrick, you are old school circus. You're a full carny family, right?
Yeah,
Name
well,
like Ashton.
That's right. My family's been, in the circus industry for 170 years. So I'm the 7th generation in the circus.
It's amazing.
That's
so they were back in the day when there were carts.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not even that long ago.
Yeah.
So back in the day when there was literally the circus would come to town and there'd be an elephant and the whole deal.
Even when I grew up, I had elephants and lions and tigers on the lot, which
It's amazing. Obviously, the
Yeah, a little
circus
bit
has
dangerous.
evolved since then.
a little bit. The landscape's a little bit different
Yes,
now.
yeah.
Do you have to take those animals for a walk, by the way? Because you've got them, like all of us have got pets, we've got to get them outside every now and then.
I'm not taking a lion or a tiger for a walk.
Like, Shaun, when you don't take your dog out and start digging holes, imagine an elephant doing that.
Yeah, that's right. Stampy. Remember out of The Simpsons that time? There was a whole lot.
All right, so your whole life was circus. Let's talk about your background before we get into Lassie. So travelling around, what was that like for a kid? Because all of us is magical. One of the things as a child is running away with the circus. What's it like?
Yeah, so for me, obviously, it's very normal because that's all I knew. Yeah, that's all I've known. So the circus I grew up on was my grandfather's show. That was Ashton Circus, and that was the most recognisable, probably, for most people around, especially the older generation. But on that show, there was 70, 80 people, sometimes more than that at times, and a lot of them family. And so as a kid, up until we left there, I had a lot of kids around me, my
community.
age. Yeah, exactly. And just a lot of fun and running amok.
And there's clowns and bloody acrobats.
Well, the clowns are related to you because they're family members, aren't they?
How many of your family members are clown?
Oh, yeah, half of them.
Do you have an uncle or something that's a clown?
Pardon?
You have an uncle that's a clown?
My cousins are all clowns, all really good clowns, actually. Yeah,
good clowns.
Sure, yeah.
Difference too.
Well, you can be a bad clown, but not funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so and then you would just travel around and you would do, of course, homeschooling as well.
So you're living in a caravan?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, living in a caravan, doing homeschooling. So the school would send our schoolwork to us, and my dad was quite big on education, so he had a tutor travel around with us full time. Would make sure we do the schoolwork, send it back to the school. They would mark it, send it back. I didn't do very well because I'm not very bright.
And then for your lunchbox, you open up, would it just be like fairy floss?
Peter Pups.
A battered sausage on a stick. What are we eating? Okay. If you leave the circus, if you leave the circus, is it like Amish folk?
You can never go back.
Excommunicated, 100%.
Oh, excommunicated. I love that.
No, not at all. Actually, my brother, he, kind of finished his career. He'd had enough performing, and now he has a government job here in Perth.
He just goes and sits in an office.
Fantastic acrobat, like a very, very good. He was a freak at everything, and he kind of was like, I'm sick of performing and complete direction change.
Do people in the office know that he's an amazing acrobat from a circus, or does he keep that under wraps?
I'm sure he does some things sometimes that gives the clue that he was an acrobat.
Dad, do you want a coffee?
Who's the guy backflipping on the photocopier?
It's amazing.
Oh, it's an amazing lifestyle to grow up in, but now you got your own cabaret show, which you've been doing for quite some time. Amy has already gone and beaten us to the punch already. Raved about it.
Oh, good.
Your wife performs in it as well.
Yeah, my wife's actually the singer in the show. She's a Perth girl. She grew up in City Beach, and
did you meet her when you were travelling?
Yeah, I actually met her family first out there. Her family owned a hotel down in Bustleton, Esplanade Hotel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I actually met her mum and her dad, and had a relationship with them prior to meeting her, and eventually I met her. And they owned the hotel, and we were down there. We were working down there actually.
Yeah, you would have set up on the grassed area, that big park that's right in front of it, close to the water.
Did they ever say, "God, you'd be good for my daughter"?
I don't think so. I think they were trying to keep me away.
I mean, it is a bit of a stretch.
Don't go that
Parents go, I really want my daughter to marry some circus folk. Said no parent ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I heard you were looking for a sword swallower.
Yeah, well, that would have been handy as well. Lucky she could sing. We made good use of it.
So for her, though, she's joining. You're used to it. She's not. How's the transition for her?
I think she did. Firstly, she did an incredible job because it is a complete different lifestyle to adapt to. But I think, she did an amazing job to make that transition. So,
Merrick, have you ever gone away from performing and tried anything else for a period?
I can't do anything else, so I'm stuck doing this, and I wouldn't want to. That's like performing and doing,
So what sort of things do you do? Because you were always, we saw you as a kid. You were developing your skills all the time. You're just mucking around.
You were on the Wheel of Death,
the trapeze, and doing high wire stuff as well, weren't you? So because you started doing that when you were really little.
Yeah, obviously you start doing when you're really, really little. You just do a little bit of everything, and it's just fun until you find what you like to do, and then that's when you put all your time and energy into that. My main act is called the slack wire. So it's a wire, it's quite loose, and then I just do tricks on that.
Yeah, so it's balancing.
Balancing is amazing.
I want to go back to your girlfriend. So when you met so when you met her back in the day, so she was a singer? Or what?
Well, I didn't know. No, I didn't know she could sing actually, but she did musical theatre at school and was in the choir and all those things. So she could sing, but she wasn't pursuing a career or anything like that. And actually, she didn't really enjoy singing in front of people. To be honest with you,
brought that out in her.
I made her. Yeah.
I made her.
Yeah, like if you're going to be in this circus,
I probably heard her in the shower one time. I was like, hey, wait, we can do something with this.
Off this.
We can do something.
But that's amazing because you're like, to be pulled into the world of a circus. Lucky she had a talent, mate.
I know. So what if she couldn't sing?
She'd be selling shirts.
Yes.
I mean, we probably wouldn't be together. I don't know.
Mary, the Ashton Circus still going? I'm sure I see that pop up in Coburn every now and then.
Yeah.
Well, so
school holidays.
There's a few parts of the family that are still operating that have the Ashton name because that's us. But there's no Ashton Circus running. My family brought a show to Perth when I was about 10, 11 years old. That was called Circus Joseph Ashton.
Yes, that's the one we were about of.
That's where we had you guys.
Yeah.
And you never left from Perth?
No, we just, honestly, Perth was so good to us. We did 12 years going around the suburbs until that show, we changed and turned that into a cabaret show just to try it out. It was meant to be a year and then back to Perth to continue operating Circus Joseph Ashton. And that was 8 years ago.
So when you're travelling around, where do you get your mail sent? Because you're never anywhere for too long.
No fixed address.
Yeah, exactly. This is an issue.
Okay.
It's hard to... Lucky if you know people, you just start redirecting your mail to there.
So you basically... So you, as a young man, before you met your beautiful wife, you would probably just hook up with a girl and then get her address and then...
Just for the mailing address. Just for the mailing address.
Just for her mailbox.
Going to need some government mail sent here. When you're pulling together a show, because it's not just you, obviously you've got other performers in that. So do you just think about who I know that's a circus folk that's got some skills that would work for this show, or how do you pull it together?
Yeah, you definitely will. Look, if you know people that can do the job and you know they're good, you're going to obviously lean towards that. Yeah, exactly. But otherwise, you can use an agency to bring talent in or whatever.
Agency like that. No, we want a strong-haired lady that we can hang from her hair.
Yeah, exactly. But so often now you're seeing everything. You're seeing everything on Instagram.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You see everything on Instagram. So if it's an international performer, you're seeing
your algorithm, I guess, is tuned in to circus folk. So.
Exactly.
Oh, they do the same thing on maths. They get people from Instagram. If you need any clowns, there you go.
And Mary, after this, are you going to Adelaide? Yeah. Where do you keep touring to?
So after this, I'm actually in Adelaide with my parents' company called Infamous. We do the Adelaide Fringe there.
Okay.
So we finished Lasso on the 16th, and on the 20th, we have our first preview show in Adelaide. And then after that, I'm hoping to tour Lasso in Newcastle, actually.
Oh, great.
Oh, Newcastle.
Yeah, and then from there to Queensland.
I want to know the hierarchy of a circus. Who's at the top, who's at the bottom? Is it the acrobats that are the jocks and the clowns are the nerds? What is it? There has to be a hierarchy.
Yeah, I think flying trapeze artists, they got the biggest ego.
They're the A-list.
They think
they can actually fly.
I've been part of that act, so I feel I can say, they think that they're everything.
Then we got next, who's?
Yeah, I think people on the Wheel of Death also think, because what they're doing is dangerous and all of that.
Yeah. What about the swallowers? Where are they?
Yeah, bottom of the totem pole.
They should be up.
It's like you can either go on OnlyFans.
They should be up the top.
Fire breathers, where do they go? They're down
in the middle somewhere. Yeah.
Where are clowns?
Well, see, clowning's really hard. To make kids laugh and try and have adults laughing is really hard as well.
Without speaking, generally.
Yeah, that's right. And just being, doing
it's physical comedy
and all of that, I think is quite difficult. So that's a tough job. But where they sit in the hierarchy, I'm not quite sure.
Has there ever been a hot clown? A clown, when they take the makeup off, you go, oh my God, they are the most handsome person, the most stunning chick.
Well, I haven't seen one yet.
No! You know why? Because they're never going to cover up that face. Lasso, everybody, check it out. Tickets from fringeworld.com.au. You've only got till Sunday. So that Sunday's the last show. That's it. No more until you're back next time.
That's right. I would have loved to have been in here earlier, but you guys take all of January off. So
are you kidding? Wow.
No one's ever worked harder, Nathan.
No one's ever worked harder. We checked, mate. God.
Getting sledged by a clown.
Natalie is going to be swallowing some stuff after 8.
How do you reckon we got the extra weeks off?
Legend. Merrick Ashton, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Go into a lovely young man.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
That's the book. That's the book. The book of love.
Wow. Surprise your Valentine. Place a romantic message in the West's Book of Love now.
Oh, Oh, this is so good. Up for grabs. There's $1,000 to spend at Crown thanks to the West Book of Love. Yes, it's that week, everybody. Friday is V-Day.
Oh, you're going to be waiting at the front step, waiting for your roses to arrive, Natalie?
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
So many wheelbarrows full.
Who's front row at this concert is Melissa and Laura. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, Melissa. Do you have a Valentine?
I do, my husband.
Oh, how long have you been together?
Nice.
Since 2011.
2011,
Okay,
so you're not expecting
14
anything.
years.
Not expecting anything then, Melissa, on Valentine's Day, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you know it. No, we don't sell it. Every day is Valentine's Day for us.
Oh, that's it. Jeez, he's brainwashed
Can you lend one of your 365 Valentine's Days to my mum so she can experience it?
Melissa, you're up against Laura from Mindara. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning.
Is there
Laura.
a special Valentine in your life, Laura?
Oh, of course. One I've been with for 25 years.
Okay.
First of all, don't say of course.
Yeah, because some people can't find theirs. Mine was hidden.
25 years is
wow.
amazing.
Do you love
Yeah.
him more than you did the day you met him?
Of course, yeah.
It doesn't work that way sometimes.
No.
No, I've read.
I would say rarely.
I've read.
Yeah. So this is the deal, guys. Book of Love, it's a bit different. We are going to be showcasing some of the best known love songs. But the difference is the lyrics are all out of whack because
Drawn from other sources.
we've used something else. Okay, there's no music either. It's a cappella, like pitch perfect.
So your job is to identify the tune. We will need the name of the song that the tune is drawn from. Okay, you'll buzz in with your name if you know it. You get it right, you take that round. You get it wrong, we'll keep going for a while. Give you both another shot at it.
Yeah.
We want you to get these. It's best of 5.
Yeah, let's test your buzzers, but why don't you sing your name, Melissa? Oh. No, you don't
No,
do
just
that.
say it. Okay, just say it.
Laura?
Laura.
Yeah,
No,
it's okay.
Nice.
Melissa,
Couple
I think we
girls
should
been in the
test you
choir.
again. Melissa?
You don't have to sing it.
Yeah, okay. Just yell, because you're going to be doing it over the top of the existing
The
thing.
louder the better.
The louder the better. Okay.
All right.
Round 1. This is Ross, our daytime announcer.
I know.
And the lyrics are drawn from an article about the Bryan Adams shitstorm debacle at RSC Arena the other day from the West. All right. Identify this tune.
RSC Arena was anything but heaven on Sunday night with eager Bryan Adams fans left locked out of the venue for hours as a fatberg forced the Canadians Rockers concert to be cancelled.
Mel,
Yes, Mel.
Crowds.
Mel?
you're beautiful.
You are.
Oh, my God,
You
Mel.
are. It was
Ross
indeed James
is
Blunt's
so excited
You're
in there.
beautiful.
I had no idea what that was.
Didn't you?
Nah.
I heard it from the
But I'll
beginning.
tell you what, that Bryan Adams thing, what? That was terrible.
Yeah, wasn't it just?
Second up, we got
Nathan performing.
Nathan has got a beautiful song here, sung to the lyrics of Donna Hayes' lasagna recipe.
All right, here we go.
Make the bolognese sauce and set aside to make the white sauce. Place the butter in a saucepan over medium heat and allow to melt.
Laura.
Yes, Laura?
One Day Over.
No, it's not. It's not. You're both still in. We'll keep
going.
playing.
At the flower and to serve to
Yes, Laura?
I was born every day.
No. All right, keep going. We're both still in.
a smooth paste, whisking the milk and then stir until the sauce has boiled and thickened. Stir in the parmesan, add the salt and pepper, set aside to cool to room temperature. Preheat the oven to 190 degrees
Yes, Laura.
One step closer.
No.
Okay, it's from the Twilight movie.
Okay, we'll keep going.
We say 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter pan, square oven, roof dish.
Yes, Laura.
1,000 years.
Yeah, Laura. It was indeed 1,000 Years by Christina Perry.
Got the tune pretty quickly.
All right, now here's a special treat for round three. The score check 1-1. We have Rick Arden, and the lyrics are drawn from his thoughts about reading the news. What tune is this?
Tonight is going to be the night I'm reading the news to you.
Yes, Mel. Mel?
No, we're not asking you to perform it.
No, time's up. Okay, we're going to keep going. Both still
we need
in.
the name of the song.
By now you should have realised what...
Laura?
Wonderwall?
Yes,
Laura. A street fight between these two.
I know.
I guess what, everyone, if you hear the rest of that song, we'll play it after 9. How about that, Rick Arden?
Laura leads 2-1. So if you get the next one, you win. Okay, next round. This is Shaun.
Oh no.
Jesus.
But I don't know whether it's drawn from.
I sat at the table with Jessica and her friends, and they're no longer around. I've been sitting alone for some time. I don't want to be late for class. On my very first day, when we entered the classroom, Angela sat in the back row. Yeah, I wanted to see her and sit so close. She already had a neighbor. Ooh. In fact, all the tables were taken next to the corner of the aisle. I recognized Edward Cullen, but he's unusual. I recognized Edward Collins because of his unusual hair.
That's it. Anybody got any ideas what that was?
Oh, okay. All right. So this person came to Perth how many years ago and played at Subiaco Oval?
Oh,
Yeah, she's the voice of a generation.
She's amazing. She's Adele.
What song was that by Adele?
I know.
Any ideas?
Oh, the first part was great. If we go back to the
Go back to the first part. No, let's go back to the great bit then.
Knowing this is Adele, have a listen to this.
I sat at the table with Jessica.
I can't hear it.
And her friend.
Mel, I think Mel guessed first.
Someone Like You?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, she heard it straight away. She heard it.
Not in a million years.
So it comes down to this last round. Winner takes it all. It's Rick Arden again. He's going to be performing a tune, and the lyrics is a bit of a poem that he wrote about Nathan.
Oh no. Jeez. What's this going to be?
What song is this?
Coming up in the news live at 6, sensational Nathan G-string picks. He's the one who leaked them here. Please don't give him any more beer. He is just the funniest guy. He's Nova's bright star.
Any ideas what that was?
Mel.
Yes, Mel, for the win.
Miss Brightside.
Miss Brightside. Rick Arden. Mel, you've scored $1,000 to spend at Crown thanks to the West Book of Love. Well done.
Thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
A couple of special guests in the studio with us. We're very familiar with Pia Miranda, who, of course, sprung onto our screens in Looking for Alabrandy.
In the 70s.
You don't know how old she is. Face of a generation. And the new kid on the block, Aydan Calafiore, who are both starring in a show on Stan called Invisible Boys, which is based on the novel by Holden Shepherd, a good Gero boy, and it's all based in Geraldton, of course, as well. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, guys.
Let's talk about you having your first movie ever.
Series, yes.
With this lady.
Oh, I mean, I really did win the lottery with, getting stuck with this one.
It's huge.
It's absolutely huge.
It's Pia Miranda.
Exactly.
And that's your first thing.
Things about me.
But there should be some like really rubbish projects before you get to this stage.
Yeah, no, I was very lucky that I feel like I skipped a couple of steps, but I didn't skimp on the hard work, and I had an amazing mentor in Pia to make sure that I did it all and brought the project to life.
We had a good time together.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Well, Aydan, we first saw you on The Voice when you came on, so you can sing. So how did you do theatre arts stuff before? Well, how did it work out?
Yeah, I did The Voice in 2018. I've always been singing, but I've always been an actor as well. I've always loved the arts. Always, dancing, singing, and acting was always my thing. But never really believed in myself as an actor until maybe a year and a half ago. I started trying out, and
What was that? Did you lie to someone really well and go, "Oh, that's good"?
Yeah. I said
He's really good though. He's a natural. He taught me some stuff on set.
Really?
Yeah, he's really.
What did he teach you?
How can he teach you?
Well, give me one thing.
We just worked well together, and I think he reminded me. As you get older, you lose a little bit of your.
Hunger?
Your hunger and enthusiasm. And I think working with Aydan and seeing his hunger and his excitement really helped me refine that, which was really lovely.
I do have to say, that's a really important thing for any workplace. I mean, people complain about the youth, right? But yet we've been here for 22 years, so, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, when you get someone that's just joined the industry, they are so excited to do a live read. They're so excited to go and do an outside broadcast or an appearance somewhere. They're really excited to drive 2 hours to go to a cinema to say, "Hey, welcome to the movies," and then go home. Whereas we're on the other side. We're like, we're angry about everything.
It's a good reminder.
And I'm always thinking about lunch, that's my big thing. I mean, Aydan can testify to that.
Did you film this in Geraldton?
We filmed a lot.
Some of it,
Split in Geraldton and some in Perth.
So does that mean that winning Survivor was good preparation for being in Geraldton?
How many times did you make fire?
I can make fire, actually, still, just to challenge myself every now and then.
That's what you make dinner. I make fire.
Pia was the hunter, I was the cook.
Oh, yeah. Pia, actually, off air, you were talking about you've got a high threshold.
Of pain.
That's the kind of thing that comes out you get to use that when you were on Survivor. I would imagine that.
Well, maybe, I wonder if I always had it.
Or did that bring the best out? Yeah.
I feel like anyone who's given birth, has a good threshold. But I definitely since then, sometimes when we're on set though, when it is cold or the elements are really intense and then everyone's gotten cold and shivering, people will often go, "She's fine, she wants Survivor." I'm like, guys, I still feel pain. I still need it. I'd like a jacket.
I want to know, so very rarely can somebody pin their career and be and have a moment in time that everybody shares and everybody knows, and that is Ali Brandy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ali Brandy is part of your life and will always be part of your life. And we do know sometimes when people are banging on about one project too much, you go, "Oh, my God, shut up about
things,
it." How do you see it?
Look, I think it's a privilege to be in something that means so much to people.
Huge.
I just think it's nothing to complain about. I have such affection for the role. I have such affection for Melina, who wrote the book. And I think we went on that journey together of... at first I didn't realise I was still going to be talking about it in 25 years.
It's amazing, isn't it?
What a privilege. And I get to meet people every single day and they can if I can give them a lovely interaction and make their day.
Nice.
I mean, you don't get to buy that. I'm very grateful.
I really love that because some people, they work their guts to go, "Oh my God, there she is." And if they're eating, don't go up to someone that you know. But for you to make sure that interaction is lovely for them, a lot of people don't do that nowadays. So that's really sweet. So do people call you Ali Brandy sometimes? Do they think your name's Ali Brandy?
Yeah, sometimes they call me Josie. People love talking to me about Tomato Day, and I've done Tomato Day twice. I've done it once in Ali Brandy, and I do it once in Invisible Boy. The 2 times I've done Tomato Day are on screen, but I do humour them and listen to their wonderful stories about Tomato Day.
Hey, Aydan, give us a rundown of Invisible Boys for people who haven't read the book in the first place.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a super powerful story about 4 young men, exploring their sexuality. They're exploring just growing up in a small town where they feel like they can't be themselves and they can't express, how they truly feel. And, a lot of the time you experience that in school or out with friends and then you come home to your safe space. But, a lot of the boys experience that you don't have that safe space even when you go home, which is what's really interesting about the dynamic that we share as Zeke and Anna, that, home isn't always the safe space for him.
I'm not very nice to him.
Take Take your shoes off, fella.
It's a beautiful story, and I think that people will really relate to it. And
Holden Shepherd is an extraordinary author. Did you have a lot to do with him at all during the making of this?
He had a hand in writing in writing the episodes, I believe, but not really
Not so
in terms
much,
of shooting. Not really. It was mostly our director Nick.
For him, it is a bit autobiographical, obviously. So it's extraordinary.
What time does it set in?
2017.
So the four boys again, they live in the same town, and they're friends, and they talk about it openly.
Well, we're not really friends. Okay. We meet each other. So the guy that I end up kind of having a little relationship with is my school bully, and then Charlie, who's the other lead, ends up meeting Matt. Just in a car park.
Yeah, and it's a story about so much more. It's not just, I mean, it is edgy. I think that's the wonderful thing about working with streamers like Stan, where you can go a little further. But it is also about people finding their way, finding their tribe, and also about people who are in remote environments.
Country towns, mate.
We don't see a lot of that,
it's very insular.
With an edgy storyline, and young people, I think, will really relate to it.
A lot of country towns, everyone knows the gay kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's the classic only gay in the village trope.
They might not even be ready to come out yet, but everyone knows it and they talk about it. And to be known as that would be so full on.
Exactly. So I love stories about remote communities, and I think youth mental health for people who are feeling isolated is a big issue, and so it's really nice to bring the story to life.
Absolutely. How did you enjoy? You mentioned that you were filming in Perth and also Gero. So did you find a favourite place in Geraldton? We've all been up to Geraldton 100 times ourselves.
I'll
stay with you.
We spent many a nights down at the Foreshore Bar.
We
were staying at the Ocean Centre Hotel, so many nights after filming, we'd mosey on down to the Foreshore Bar and have a few too many drinks to, wind down and take the edge off after a big day of filming.
My favourite thing about country towns is that I love the businesses where it's the person that owns the business is in the name of the business. For me, when growing up, I got my hair cut at Gales for Males. And it's only for men. And it's still there, Gales for Males. And I had like a big Papasan chair in the corner.
What about you, Pia? Did you like there's a place? Sam, have you got somewhere you can? Sam's a Geraldton boy, so
what's the bakery in the middle of the street where they have all the good?
Wonder Bake is a friend of mine owns that. Yeah,
I hit that place up every single
What do you get
day.
I'll let him know.
Well, the salad rolls were next level, but you can get anything there.
What, sausage roll? Did you try sausage roll?
Sausage roll,
are they good?
like vanilla slice,
chicken
pies,
rolls,
chicken rolls. You can get everything.
Oh, do you know what we did? We used to do a thing here called deep Friday, right? So on Fridays we deep fry anything, and we deep fried the vanilla slice. And
was it good?
Yes,
it was delicious.
It really was. A bakery up in the hills ended up selling what we did, and I think we bought the guy a boat.
Oh mate, he's killed it. People were driving from all around to go and get one.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
We're really
you.
looking forward to seeing Invisible Boys. When's the release date? On
Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
It's going to be incredible.
Per week or all dropping at the same
All dropping at the same time.
Binged a lot of it. All right, brilliant. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
It's a privilege to meet you both.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Tomorrow on the show, our friend Caitlin Bassett going to be joining us here in the studio.
Oh, we'll check out what's going on with the pre-season. Seabass.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Song
Book of Love will be returning as well. We didn't get to hear the rest of Rick Arden's performance because it was so good that it got guests super early.
So identifiable.
So, Sam, what's the name of this song again?
It was his performance of Wonderwall.
Oh, Wonderwall.
But it was written a poem. Was this the poem about you?
No. We don't know what it is, but let's just. Oh no, this was the story.
Reading the news.
All right,
40 years.
The whole thing.
Tonight is going to be the night I'm reading the news to you. By now you should have realized what I'm going to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about the news. And all the roads I've had to walk are winding. And all the lights on the news are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I'm not allowed. So TV is going to be the place you'll see me. And when we're done, it's been so much fun.
Stefan, we are sending you that back. That is.
I mean, it was no "You're Beautiful" by James Blunt, though, was it, Ross?
Oh, no. And actually, come on, Fun Rick is the best because you don't get Fun Rick.
Yeah, we call him Frick.
Hey, Ross, still because he's got his place down south in Dunsborough, right? Still, when he's down there, he always walks over to the harbour.
Yeah, no, he'll be there Thursday night because his daughter's getting married down there. He said he's taking family down there this Thursday.
We've got to go and do a karaoke night with him. He literally walks in, sings a song, and he goes back.
Hey,
really?
I ran that by him. He said he would love to do a karaoke night, and also what Rick would love to do is for us to do our Perth's biggest Seinfeld quiz.
Oh, of course.
Just so he can win it, basically.
Yeah, no, he wants to host it. So, so we're going to get some stuff done here.
That's funny.
I want to hear Rick do like Tupac or something.
No, Susanna Carr will do that one.
A bit of Kendrick Lamar.
She's a bit more street. You're right.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.